All right, Jesse on Fire, reporting the news. So this is a disturbing story. Really unfortunate across the board. Some really ill-advised behavior. Some repercussions that were extraordinarily predictable. And threats against Dana White's daughter in the middle of it. Which just, public, really? With your name on it? So here's your name. Here's you making a threat at Dana White's 16-year-old daughter. The same Dana White who owns the UFC is probably worth near $1 billion, if not more at this point, and has resources that are kind of hard to even wrap your brain around. Like, does he really seem like an enemy that you want? Probably not, you know? But Brandon Bender apparently threw caution to the wind because he was really upset about losing his job at the UFC gym, is what this sounds like. So, look, I'm going to get into this story. It is really crazy. The guy made threats against Dana's daughter. Dana responded. Dana definitely responded. And I mean responded by like, you know, not just like responded online, like really responded. So we'll get into all that. But before we do, watch this sponsorship part of my video because it's the best sponsor I've ever had. Watch. Now, if you're an avid viewer of my channel, you know I only allow sponsors on this channel if the products are awesome. This though, this Ridge wallet right here is probably the most awesome thing that I've ever had on this channel. This thing is amazing. Now, would I have ever bought it if they were a sponsor, not a sponsor of my channel? I wouldn't have. And thank goodness that they are, because I would have bought this thing at twice the price, okay? Look at it. You put all your cards in it, you got your cash. And for me, that is actually a really beneficial thing because I'm one of these guys that's like, I hate wallets. I hate wallets, man. I hate wallets, real wallets. I also sometimes have taken the cards out and stuck a rubber band around them. That's how much I hate wallets. This is a dream. It's carbon fiber. It's beautiful. I got my cash. I got my cards. I stick it right in the front of my man bag. You guys know that I am a man bag guy. And I cannot tell you how much this fits with the man bag. It's perfect. I am ecstatic. Now, you don't even have to take my word for it though. And you want to know why? Because if you buy a Ridge wallet, you get 99 days to try it out. And if you don't like it, you can send it to them and they'll give you a full refund. And when you buy it, you get a 40% discount. And I'm sure that all of you guys have people you need to buy gifts for. So if you go to ridge.com/Jesse, Jesse, you go shop, you get a 40% discount, try it out for 99 days. You're like, I don't like it anymore, which is impossible. They will give you a full discount. What? Full refund if you don't like it. But you will, because it's all of the things that I've said and more. I love this thing. You guys know these guys only sponsor awesome channels. I'm flattered. I really am. So go to ridge.com/Jesse, Jesse. Give their stuff a look. Get somebody a Christmas present or get yourself one. 40% discount, 99 days to try it out. Thank you guys. Get on it. All right. Now do everybody a favor. Get yourself a Ridge wallet. Get one for everybody else because they're the bomb. Anyway. All right. So this guy, Brandon Bender. I want to tell you who he is first because it's interesting. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was an instructor at the UFC gym. He also has a really interesting MMA career. Okay. So I looked him up on SureDog, right? So I'm like, all right. So what was this guy's story when he was fighting? Okay. He's 14-2 overall. He's 35 years old. Okay. Keep those numbers in mind. 14-2 overall, 35 years old. Okay. In 2014, he submitted his opponent, Mario Navarro, in Bellator by rear naked choke to be at 11-1. Okay. He's 11-1 and that was in 2014, which made him like 27 years old in Bellator. He's 11-1. He's fighting in Bellator. He's like 27. So he's like a legit prospect, like a really legit prospect. Black belt and jits, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I assume he was a black belt then. I don't know. He doesn't fight again until January of 2020. So he doesn't fight for 6 years. And he fights one time in Bellator. He loses a decision, and that's it. And then he hasn't fought since. Now, the reason I bring that up, and we're going to come back to it, is because what we're looking at here seems to be behavior of a very erratic person, potentially mental health, maybe CTE, I don't know, maybe drugs, I don't know. All I know is that someone who is in their right mind does not do what he did, okay? Just doesn't do what he did. Should never, I mean, no one should be doing this. Like, this is just some broad advice for the entire population. Don't go online and threaten people's daughters, okay? Like, don't make threats online, period, but really don't threaten people's families. Like, just don't do it, man. Don't do it. You know, like this community, the ones that, the community that we're all in are all, comfortable with violence, okay? You're less likely to scare them as you are likely to turn them into a vengeful lunatic that's going to point, their resources in your direction and try to make your life terrible. That's just a line you don't cross, man. As people have found out in my case before, pretty easygoing when it comes to people breaking my balls online. Don't talk about my daughter. Don't put my daughter on your thumbnail. Don't do it, dude. I don't care in the comments. I don't care, Like, it's not like I'm going to respond to every single person. People try to bait me all the time. Some guy in one of my groups the other day goes, "Hey, man, when do you think?" Oh, by the way, if you haven't joined the IRL group yet, the link's in the description. Go join my IRL group. We could talk today online. I'll respond to you. I promise. But somebody in there is all, "Hey, Jesse, when is Gabrielle going to go under the bridge and then sell her holes?" I was like, sell her holes? Listen, bud, okay? Let me just tell you what you're telling me, okay? Because you're saying a lot that you don't realize that you're saying. What you're saying by saying a thing like, "Where is she going to sell her holes?" is that you are a child, okay? You're a teenager who is almost certainly, without a doubt, a virgin, okay? Because people who have had sex with a girl don't say a thing like that. Like, "She's going to sell her holes." Like, that's not a thing that an adult would say, okay? So tell me you're 16 without telling me you're 16. So like a thing like that. You think I'm sicking the dogs on someone who writes an idiotic comment like that? I'm not. But in this case, this guy went way beyond that, okay? So just running through these images that I'm going to show you here, okay? So this guy, So Brandon Bender is, his handle on Instagram is Logan Murphy, fuck the UFC. Okay, so again, just spoiler alert, he got fired from the UFC gym. Okay, so Logan Murphy, fuck the UFC. Dana responds, and he also posted in his story, he's in San Gabriel, right? Now, I don't know if he's actually in San Gabriel, and I'm assuming that Dana White's daughter was in San Gabriel. And he says, "Mine, bitches, Dana White and your kids. Have your daughter in my bed soon." Jesus, man. So, what? What? Like, I realize people do things just like either like they're just not thinking straight, trying to get attention or whatever. But it's like, what did you think was going to happen if Dana actually read that, which he did? So Dana responds, "Fuck you, you piece of fucking shit. I'm coming for you now, motherfucking crackhead. Threatened to my 16-year-old daughter." Yikes. And then he says, "Do any of you guys know this scummy piece of shit, Logan Murphy, fuck the UFC? If you do, please give me as much info as you have on him. He wants attention. He's going to get it." And then the CEO of the UFC gym says, "For clarification, Brandon no longer works for UFC gym. He has been separated for 75 days. His current erratic behaviors are unfortunate and obviously lack respect." Okay, so, and then Dana said, "We got him." So the guy got arrested, right? And Dana is for sure going to make sure that they press charges 100%, right? Talked about his daughter, man. Your daughter in my bed. So you're threatening, I don't know how else to read that, an assault on his daughter, his 16-year-old daughter. I would say that you're going to be fortunate if what your repercussions are that he just pushes the envelope to try to get you put in jail. Now, that said, there's no excuse for this stuff at all, obviously. This is the behavior of someone who is just clearly like, and the CEO of the UFC gym says his behavior's erratic. We had to let him go, whatever. He's been gone for 75 days. So what I think happened here is, listen, getting fired is one of the most infuriating things of all time if you think it wasn't deserved, right? Like if you feel like you got singled out and fired first and you're like, what? That happened to me one time. Actually that just happened to me. Actually just happened to me. You guys know the story, I got trimmed for not being jabbed in July of 2022 with a kid who was, anyway, it's neither here nor there. But that one I was kind of like, all right. I mean, this is the calmest you're ever going to see it because I got other things going on, But that did happen to me in 2017 in a way where I cannot even explain to you how much it rocked my universe. Now, am I ever going to make threats towards someone's kid? Of course not, because I'm not mentally ill or on drugs, But I at least understand why the guy would be so upset. And if you're a crazy person who's also potentially on whatever, maybe you say some really, 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 really ill-advised idiotic stuff. And look, guy, I'm not trying to get on your shit list either, man. Okay, I'm speaking the news. It shouldn't be like a shock that this was like not a good decision, Anyway, but listen, dude, you threaten someone's kids, threaten their wife, threaten their kids. Like all bets are off, man. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, oh, really? You're threatening my daughter? Come on, man. What did you think was going to happen? So, yeah. Brandon Bender, I would suggest just kind of shaking it off, dude. Shaking it off. Maybe getting some help and not doing this ever, ever, ever again, But, Dana did what he did. It's crazy that he has reach like that, man. Like a thing like that happens to me. I just need to I just get to complain about it. Like this, I'll flip out. Tell the guy, I fuck, please come try, that kind of thing. But in reality, Dana's all, hey, anybody know who this guy is? They're all, yeah, his address is this, and he's arrested. But anyway, congratulations, Dana, for getting your guy, Brandon Bender. I hope things get better for you. I would highly suggest you don't do this again. Getting fired sucks, but do you really think that Dana White is making staffing decisions at fucking UFC gym? He's not. He has nothing to do with it. Of course he doesn't, dude. Dana did not know who you were until this incident, for sure. He never had any idea who you were. So, I mean, it's just misplaced anger, okay? Just because UFC's name is on the building doesn't mean that Dana and the brass have fucking anything to do with what they're doing, dude. Anyway, that's what I got.